Hey, Scott Paltos here, FTS-Foundation Training Systems. I'm here and I will do my best to keep this safe for work or for school. I'm rocking the blueberry outfit today, so bring in the hardcore navy. But seriously, so if you saw my post this morning, you realized that something perturbed me. And basically what I'm gonna say is this. I don't care what other people do. I don't really bother myself with other facilities, strength coaches and such outside of the ones that I find have a tremendous amount of knowledge as well as respect for their job and what they're trying to do with their athletes. So this being said, I don't care about the fucking speed drills. I don't care about arm action. I don't care about knee drive. If you don't have a strength base, if you don't have some intention to get stronger, you can't put force into the ground. I don't care what you tell me. You cannot apply force in which generates you forward or laterally, depending on where we're applying that force. Now, mechanically, you can work those positions. That's understandable. But without the strength base, there is no point behind it. I see, in this industry that people are constantly trying to reinvent the wheel. Listen, if you're not strong, you're not going to apply force. If you can't apply force, you're not going to be fast, nor will you be able to change directions efficiently. So, what got me on that rant? A few years ago, I had a few strength coaches that I was surrounded around, and they kept on talking about aerobic, and without aerobic, you're not an athlete. Shut the fuck up, okay? Every sport that we work with is anaerobically based. You do need an aerobic base. There has to be. It helps in recovery. It helps in breathing. It helps in mobility. It helps a cathartic way for our athletes to calm themselves down through their nervous system, as well as asymptomatic, and just be able to adrenal drop. So yes, there has to be an aerobic base, but it should not be the foundation of training. So that was a few years ago. Now these asshats are saying how important it is to have speed training throughout the year and constantly work on maximal speed. How the fuck can you work on maximal speed all year? It doesn't work. The greatest track athletes of all time had a periodized sample of training constantly because there were only 2 or 3 races a year that mattered. They sustained their training upon RPE, rate of perceived exertion. They perceived their training on percentages. They perceived their rate of training on volume, intensity, all those aspects that were brought into it. Never once was there a fucking concept where they thought maximal speed. You can't ask the greatest wide receivers in the world to run a go route 1,000 times and expect them to maintain the maximal speed constantly. It doesn't work. Now, can they do it at a sub-maximal power rate? Yes, without a doubt. They can consistently do it. That's what work capacity is at a high intensity. Is it going to be the fastest 60-yard dash they're ever going to take to run that go route? No. Okay? Nor can they do it 12 months out of the year. So how the fuck do you expect a 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old, let alone a collegiate athlete who's experienced and has a training base, to do it as well? Oh wait, you can't. So stop saying you can. It's impossible. You need to build a strength base. You need to build an anaerobic capacity base. You need to apply speed training seasonally in order to get a proper response, in order to get the outcome that you're looking for to synergistically work on the field. It doesn't work all year. It can't be. This pattern up here at maximals can't happen. Powerlifters, if you try to lift maximal weights all the time, all year round, you get hurt. That's why there's deloads. That's why there's periodization. Even the greatest powerlifters who work a more conjugate with max efforts, they still rotate those max efforts. 1 rep, 3 rep, 5 rep, 7 rep, repetition effort. They pull themselves back. They still deload. It cannot work for powerlifters who all their job is to squat, bench, and dead. Now you're asking athletes to perform maximally, constantly, It can't work. So stop taking your athletes, putting them outside in the dead of winter and running sprints uphill with them and then tell them running as fast as they can. It doesn't work. Stop having your kids get under the squat bar, squat heavy for an hour, lunge heavy for an hour, bench, incline, dumbbell bench for a fucking hour, and then run them outside and sprint them to death. It doesn't work. Now, you can have intensity. You can have the ability to push. You have to face adversity. You have to understand what it's like to be an athlete. So yes, you can be pushed. I'm not saying draw back the strings and not push. Don't make fucking kids pussies. Make them fucking work, but make them work smart, not with stupidity. There are too many strength coaches out there. There are too many facilities that constantly do the wrong thing over and over and over again. But you know what? They get pub. There's some of the state speakers in all these different states. There's some of the high-level consultants. I don't know why, other than the fact that they know someone or they have a huge following. There was a time in my career where I was worried about that. I don't give a fuck anymore. I care about what goes on in my facility and anyone else I work with, whether that's consulting with a team, Major League Baseball, NFL, does not matter. Collegiate, does not matter. But in the end, I don't care anymore. Am I going to ruffle some feathers with this? 100%. Am I saying something that young coaches should understand? 1,000 fucking percent. Pay attention to this. Bookmark it. Earmark it. Fucking hit the little weird symbol at the bottom so you save it. And listen to this. Because if you don't pay attention to strength, if you don't pay attention to building an anaerobic base with some type of aerobic base, if you don't work on learning what RPE is, learning what percentages are, or learning all this stuff and doing it the proper way at the right time, you're never gonna fucking get athletes better. You're gonna take their money as a private sector and you're never gonna see them get better. And it doesn't work like that. I am sorry. That ethically, I have a problem with that. Probably why I'm speaking out now, because I'm so fucking tired of seeing these people just fucking rip people off and take without understanding that you're hurting the athletes that are believing in you. So instead, take a step back. Work on the culture of what you're trying to produce. Work on the programming in a smarter way. See what your athletes need, give that to them. Work on the basics, the foundations. I've said it every time we do a video. It's foundation training systems. There's a reason why I brought that name up. You have to have a foundation. We build from the ground up. It doesn't change. It never will. All that being said, thank you for listening. Thank you to my athletes who've helped spread our culture the way we do things. Try to tell as many people as you can, because guess what? Our FTS family needs to grow. Continue, our athletes, to do what you do to proceed to the successes and accolades that you receive because of your work ethic. Your work ethics show through your ability to take what we do here and apply it to your sports. That's men's soccer, girls soccer, basketball, men's basketball, girls basketball, field hockey, lacrosse, baseball, softball, football, okay? Even now we got a couple swimmers. Take that stuff. Hockey. Continue to apply it the way we do. Show through what you guys do, you guys and girls do consistently on the field, on the ice, on the court, even on the track for some of you who are going to run spring track. Continue to do that. Continue to lead by example. Continue to build our culture. Continue to show through what we do is what's supposed to be done. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I know I went long with this. It's probably going to be cut up and diced up into a bunch of different parts. If you have the time, listen to it, okay? You want to know why I do this? I do it for my athletes. Yes, is it my career? Is it my business? 100%. Is it my income? 1,000 times. It's the only income I make. So yes, do I care about it? Do I ethically feel responsible to educate my athletes and those I can help? Again, 100%. Have a great rest of Thursday. Keep rolling with the rest of the week. I know our FTS family is fucking killing it this week, and we're excited to hit spring in a full sprint. All our wrestlers, keep fucking pinning people, keep tech falling people, and keep standing up when you get beat and showing that you're a man and doing the right thing. Okay, our basketball athletes finishing up right now. Keep hitting points, win a couple state titles. We got a couple athletes still playing for state titles. Go get those fucking titles, okay? We got collegiate athletes right now, in track season, starting off not even ranked, and now are ranked in the top 20 in the country in their events. Keep doing it. Spring, huge time for us. Ton of lax, girls lax, men's lax. We got baseball, we got softball, some track athletes. All our soccer girls are playing. All our soccer guys are playing. Keep fucking rolling with what you guys do. Thank you again for always listening. Peace out.